হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ ইউটিউব দেখা যাচ্ছে।
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. So, Alhamdulillah, we will start today a new programming language, JavaScript. So, today's lecture, inshallah, we will continue about an hour and a half maximum. So, this lecture, we will start a new programming language, JavaScript. So, actually, this is the continuation of our last lecture. So, if you did not participate in our last lecture, in my last lecture, so please go to this channel and this playlist and sorry, go all the way and the last lecture video.
But here shows 2nd Jan 22. Now is April. Last week, 2nd April.
Yes, this is this part, this video. No, this one.
Yeah, because that show here, the month show Jan, 2nd Jan.
No, so this is April.
Yeah, this is April. This is okay.
Yes, yes. So our today's lecture is our today's lecture is the continuation of this lecture video. So if you did not attend in our last lecture, so please watch this video on our YouTube channel. So then this video says how to install Visual Studio Code Editor. Okay, for web page development, this is very simple and maybe the basic configuration. So after installing Visual Studio, you will see an icon, Visual Studio icon on the taskbar, Visual Studio Code icon like this. Okay, so then open it up. So when you open up Visual Studio, it will show something like this. So, or maybe it will come up with a blank, so new window, something like this. Okay. Problem it is slow. Okay. Something like this, maybe. Maybe something like this. When you start Visual Studio, minimize this one. Visual Studio Code Editor, you will see something like this. So I have large monitors, so I will split the screen like this. So one of the advantages of Visual Studio is that you can open up multiple Visual Studio windows. Okay, just click File and the New File and the New window. So in each window, you can open a different program. So then for this window, for instance, here, we can close, get started, and then click over here. This is the Explorer, Explorer icon, and then you see that open folder. Okay, open folder, click on open folder. So then you can open any folder from here. Opening folder means you will enter a complete folder and complete project, so that you should know where is your project, where did you save your project. So in generally, maybe you can save anywhere. Maybe it is in desktop, it may be in desktop, or you can save it in workspace folder, anywhere you can save it. So maybe in our last lecture, we showed you how to create a folder on desktop. So when you select desktop, just click on the button new folder, and then click a folder JS practice, for instance, is already selected. There is a folder already here. So then I will just select, I will do one single click over here, not double click. You see that maybe this is the mistake that Sadiapa she did last time. Maybe she double clicked over there. So just single click over here, just select from here and then click on select folder. Then when you select folder, then you will see that it will come up, it will pop up. Actually, it was already open. This is how you see this. And we close this one. And then let me close this one and then I'll show you again. So open folder and then go to your folder location. We know that we created our folder on name JS practice on desktop. So I will select just one single click, not double click. If you do double click, then click over here again, or up button, and come back, go back to this position, and then click JS practice and then select folder. Okay, then it may come up like something like this. So this is the index.html file. Last time we know that we created this index.html file, and this is the test1.js file. Okay, so this is the index.html file. This is the very basic format of an HTML file. So we know that. Let us do a quick practice review of our last lecture. We know last time we created a file. Just click over here, the plus sign. Okay, the new file, for instance, something new file, click new file and give a name of your file. For instance, I can say index1.html. So the home page, this extension name must be HTML. Then click over here. Okay, and then here, then you will get a blank page. Then whatever here is magic of Visual Studio Code is that just fresh, just type in exclamation sign. How do you type in exclamation sign? Shift, hold on shift button and then one, press one from your keyboard. That means exclamation. You see that? It came up with some image abbreviation. Later you will know what is image. So then press tab or enter. You can press tab or enter button as long as it is selected. Enter. Then this is the format of basic HTML. Okay, it will be created automatically. So in your folder, you can create another folder, you can new folder, or as many files as needed in your project, you can create. Okay, as many files. Okay, so two types of file we are talking about now. One is HTML file. Okay, this is the HTML file. So we said the HTML index one. Okay, and our previous, in our last lecture, we had, I just deleted Control J, Control G. This is our last time folder. Okay, last time file maybe. Yeah. So now if I open up File Explorer, how do you open up File Explorer? Just click, hold on Microsoft button, Windows button, then press E, Windows plus E from your keyboard. So then it will come up with this. So then go to desktop, and here it is our folder. And then we have, you see that index file and index.html. Just I created this one right now. Okay, if we double click index1.html, we just created index1.html. Okay, so this is index1.html, and you see on the right side, when I click in the right side, it will open with a browser. Okay, if it does not open with a browser like Chrome, that what you can do right click and then open with. By default, it is selected. My default browser is Chrome, so it will select open with Chrome. Otherwise, you can select open with, and then you can select any browser you can open it. I may select Firefox or Microsoft Edge to open it. So whatever browser I select, no problem. See that it is coming up with Edge. Okay, so it is coming up. This side is Edge with Edge, Microsoft Edge. This Edge, and this side is is Chrome. But you see, this is blank. There is nothing. A blank HTML. Because there is nothing. Actually, this is a blank template. Okay. It is a template. So this is why it comes like this way. HTML file, and on the right side, if we extend it, then you will see that the file type is Chrome HTML document. Okay, HTML is called hypertext markup language. Okay, so even you can use your MS Word. You can use MS Word application to create HTML document. So I'm showing you how to create an HTML document with using Microsoft Word. So this is our Microsoft Word, okay? And then if I write something, hello. Okay. And if I do bold or large size, no problem, something, okay? And yeah. And whatever I type in, and then whenever I save it, for instance, I do, or if I want to save it, file, click on file menu, and then save as, then in order to save it, so let us see the location. So browse, I want to save it on the same location. Okay. On my desktop, this is our folder. So for instance, I want to save it as a, you see that save as type. So I will select from here. If we click over here, you see that there is somewhere it says HTML web page, right? This one, right? HTML, this one, web page. So I will select web page. And then there are two options, HTML and HTML. Make sure that you will give HTML. And then, for instance, you can give this name as hello friend. I just remove the space between. So it will be saved as a hello friend .html. Then save as, click on the save button. This is a, you see that this is our web page. This is the web page pattern. And then if I open the folder, this is our hello friends, right? So I just created this website, web page using Microsoft Word. There is no programming knowledge needed. So if I open it, double click it, and it's showing me hello friend. Okay, and on the last lecture, I showed you how to see the actual code behind this website. We just do a right click, place your mouse on any empty position. There's nothing, okay, blank space. Then do right click, and then view page source. Okay, click on view page source, and you see that it comes up very something. You see that there are some. You see that there are some codes. Even these are not meaningful to us, right? The reason that all of this garbage is not garbage, definitely relative. This came up due to the reason that I created this website with MS Word. Okay, MS Word, since I use MS Word, so it came up with some unnecessary content. Then actually I don't need this, and it's not meaningful. Okay, and so it is difficult for me to maintain this site, to change this page. Even for instance, if I want to draw, insert a picture, insert a table, for instance, I want to insert a table, name, maybe ID, something. I want to insert data. If I want data, for instance, 5. And even I save it, it will create a table. I saved it, so it will create a table. If I refresh my this page, reload, then it will create a table. But when I go to source page, use source page, can you see that my content is some unnecessary stuff? Even there are some stuff that is not meaningful to me, right? So this is why even it is possible to create an website, web page using MS Word, but we will avoid that. Programmers avoid that. Programmers do not use MS Word to create, okay, a web page. Instead, otherwise, what programmers do, they use HTML programming language. Okay, for instance, this one, right? So for our this index1.html. So here in the body, if I type in h1, there is an existing tag. Okay, then as soon as it comes up, then press enter, then it will create a tag. So then within angle bracket h1 and then within angle bracket slash h1, this is called closing on h1 tag, and this is opening. And then here, if I type in hello friend, you see that, and as soon as I save it and I refresh this page, just how to refresh? If you have a keyboard handy, then press F5, then it came up with hello friend. And now if I see this page source and then view page source, and I see that it is very simple, right? This is our page source, hello friend, it is our hello friend. So whenever I have less amount of stuffs written over here, it's easy for me to maintain, right? This is why we learn HTML, programming language. And we know that there are H1, H2, these are tags. So there is H3, H1, H2, H3 up to H6. After H6, you can create your own tag. So for instance, I select H6. And then if I type in happy Ramadan. Okay, and then if I save it, and then if I refresh this page, hello, happy Ramadan, it came up. So my code over here, my codes are very clean, right? Code are clean over here. And also if I see my page, view page source, then it is also clean. And all these over here, our codes are written in a language, it is called HTML, hypertext markup language. So now if we do a Google search, okay, if we do Google search about HTML, okay, there is called Wikipedia, WIKI, HTML wiki. So then Wikipedia is like, online dictionary. It says almost everything, the history and something. So according to the Wikipedia, it says the hypertext markup language, or HTML, is the standard markup language for document designed to be displayed in a web browser. So on a web browser, if you want to display something, then HTML is a language. So HTML, it is developed initially released as 1993, about 30 years ago. Okay, and now it is very popular. Okay, and their latest version is called HTML5, the latest version, but all in general it is called HTML. So HTML is a very simple programming language. So this is why some people do not agree to say it as a programming language, right? Since it can be developed even with MS Word, just we saw that. So it is as simple as that. People even do not agree that it is even a programming language, but it is a programming language. So nowadays there are other programming languages, okay, and so many other programming languages. For instance, there is one version of HTML, an extended version of HTML. It is called XML. XML. So if we do XML, Wikipedia, or if we do XML versus HTML, let's do a comparison. So as we see that HTML has some limitation. For instance, if we say H tag, so it has some specific header. You see that limited H1, H2, H3, H up to H6, right? There is no H7 or H9 or H10, right? So H1 is the maximum font size. We saw that H1 is not very large. Okay, for instance, but if you want to make a tag that will show you very, very large font. For instance, or if you want to see something like this large size, right? It does not exist in HTML. Then you have to create your own tag. Okay, and that is the thing that XML allows us. XML means extended markup language. That is an extended version of HTML. Extended is shortcut, is replaced by shortcut X. X for extended markup language. Yeah, extended means more large, but X means X is the shortcut of extended. So it means extended, E, X, T, and D. So that word extended is shortcut with the word with the letter X. So I said extended markup language. So in extended markup language, we can create our own tags and some other things that whatever we want, we need. Okay. So just in our discussion today, we will limit our discussion in HTML. So whatever we learn, HTML is a markup programming language. Why do we call markup programming language? You see that when we open a website, we see that the website is linked with another website, another web page. Every web page is linked with many other web pages. When we hover our mouse here, if we bring our mouse pointer, it shows something like this by default, like your hand, right? And that means we understand that there is a link over here. That means if we click over here, we will go to another web page that may be related to this or may not be related to this. Everywhere, whenever you open a website, and you will see there are links, maybe thousands, hundreds links in a website, right? This is why one website can be linked with other websites. This is why the concept came as the markup language, the linking. Okay, hypertext is called hypertext. You see that initial this page is this, okay, and then if we want to go to another site, just click over here, click over here, click over here. Okay, so everybody is familiar with this, right? Okay, so now today we will see that there are some, okay, initially, like for instance, 20 years ago. Okay, all websites are developed with HTML, only HTML. Like initially, we just saw that HTML was HTML Wikipedia. We saw HTML Wikipedia, right? When it was first released, 1993. Not too many years ago, right? 30 years ago. 30 years ago. So about even 25 to 20 years ago, all websites were developed with only HTML programming. So that there are some limitation in all to write everything in HTML. Because for instance, if we do, let's open this. We want to see what is the source of this page. So what is the technique? We will do right click on an empty place and then go to view page source, right? Okay. Is everybody following me? Is okay, everybody? Are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let us see that what this website has. It has some text, right? It has some text, right?
Yes.
Okay. It has some text. But if we open the source, what do you see? All the source over here, right? All text over here, right?
Yes.
Even in the simple, just if we search this one, say copy this one, and then if we Control P, you will see that this one is over here. So all these codes are written in HTML language, for instance here. So this is why in the source page, if you go source page, you pretty see almost everything. But this is a little bit cleaner than the HTML user that we saw in code, right? This is a little bit cleaner and then systematic and readable. But do you see that this is very large, right? Very large document. Very large document. Okay. So now a limitation is that if someone copies this code, for instance, someone copies this entire code. For instance, if I copy the entire code, select and copy, and if I paste it in my page also. Yeah, I paste it, copy it over from over there and then paste it. Okay, now, if I go to my file, I paste it in index1.html and let me open index1.html. It is coming up. It is coming up with something, but not everything, right?
Yes.
You see that it is coming up with something. All the text are here, right? All text over here, but not exactly the same page. Not exactly all text came here. Okay, all text came here, but not exactly the other decoration styles. And then you see that this is HTML. This is our copy, right? So it's called semi-protected, and this is the actual. This is the actual. This is the actual page, and I just copied over it. This is it has design, right? And does it have design? It does not have design, right? Okay, so it does not have design, but it has some text. Okay, so it comes up something. Now, if we go to Google. I'm just telling you some introductory lessons so that it will help you in future. Understand? So now, if we go to page source, if we go view page source, it has something like this, right? It is not meaningful to me. It is not meaningful to you, right? Okay, it is not meaningful to you. But behind the scenes, but when you go to Google search and if you type in something, so like Ramadan 2022 or something, right? So then it will do a Google search. If you click and then it will come up with something. It will be linked with Google search engine, but all the codes are not here. Previous codes are not appearing here, but linked in. So, but this page source it does not give you all codes. It does not give you all codes, but there are some links. Okay. So our goal is to learn actually how the web page is developed. Then I will give you some hints how website is developed. So I'm going back. I'm pressing Control G for this side. Going back to my original. Okay. I don't need this because whatever I don't understand, it is not meaningful to me. Right? We play with that. Whatever I understand, let us play with that. Okay? Even it is very simple. Okay. So now remember that in our last lecture, we went to W3 schools, right? W3 schools and then HTML. Yeah. So W3 schools, in W3 schools, there are many tutorials, free tutorials. Then you can watch these and you can read these tutorials and then can do some practice. Like you are familiar with W3 school using for SQL, right? You are using this one for some time. Okay, so that it has some, you see that not too many content, but few contents. Okay. So this is our content, right? So even if you copy this and then paste on in your page, save it, and then run it. Just for now, double click on here and run it. Then you will see. Then you will see here. So I suggest you that you read from here, and whenever it says try it yourself, okay, you can try it yourself. Click over here, you can click it up here, then it will show you the result, output. This side, in the left side, is the source code, okay, and right side, if you click on the run button, right side is the actual result, content result, okay. So make some changes over here. Make some changes over here. Some changes over here, and then do some changes over here, and then run it. Sorry, I press Control plus S. Then run it, and then you will see the output, guys. Okay, because I typed in many times. Okay, and then whenever say if I do not give this p tag, if I do not give all the p tag, p font new paragraph. So if I do not give p tag, what will happen? What will happen? I'm not showing all, because then it will come up in a single line. P is for new paragraph, and if you do not give p, then all will come in one line, one paragraph. So now you will go through this. Okay, so but today's our goal is to teach you how to include another programming language that is called JavaScript. Okay, so JavaScript, let us learn about what is JavaScript. So Java, S-C-R-I-P. The good thing is that ask Wikipedia, go to Wikipedia. JavaScript, Wikipedia, JavaScript, just type in wiki, JavaScript wiki, then it will come up over here. So let us know what is Wikipedia, what is JavaScript. So JavaScript is often abbreviated as JS. So JavaScript is usually abbreviated as JS. JS means JavaScript. So in our programming terms, we will say just JS. Whenever we say JS, then we will understand this is JavaScript. Okay, is a programming language. That is one of the core technologies of the World Wide Web, WWW. Okay, alongside HTML and CSS. That is, JavaScript is used to develop website along with HTML and CSS. CSS means cascading style sheet. Whenever you see that whenever we open this page, it came up with vanilla website. Vanilla means very simple, right? Why? Vanilla ice cream, there is no decoration over here. That's very simple. But if you want to make a decoration, if you want to give different color, different font, different style, okay, then the concept is use CSS. So W3 school has tutorials about CSS. We can go that later to learn CSS, but today is our goal not to go to CSS. So today our goal is to learn JavaScript. To start JavaScript. Okay. So when JavaScript is first appeared in 1995, and when Java HTML is appeared, someone remember that in 1993. It is 27 years, 26 years, JavaScript, but HTML is issued 29 years, right? So initially, for first few years, people develop website only with HTML. But later they realized that, okay, we should have something that give us some extra feature. For instance, if we have a car, right? And then sometimes people draw a car like manual. And then later sometimes you know that, hey, I need a car that will be something automatic or something. For instance, instead of closing door manually, I like to have a remote control, close the door or open the door, right? So this is the concept. Now almost all auto vehicles are remote control. You can open your car or close your car just pressing single button, right? You don't need to use key in. And then even you can start your engine with the remote control. Okay. So this is why people thought, right, instead of writing code something like this naive way, we need something to control this website in a different way or better way. This is the concept of another programming language like JavaScript came up, and then people included JavaScript to write better website. Okay. So how do we include JavaScript language in our HTML? So there is a concept is that you will write the script, S-C-R-I-P-T. There is this Java HTML has a tag. It is called script. Okay, then click on script, and then it has another one. You see the script colon src. So let us try with this one, a script first. Okay, then it comes with script. On the right side, I'm showing this a website, and the script on the left side is script. This is the left side is my Visual Studio Code, and if I type over here alert, then alert, it says I need to give a message here, and it can be any message, and it returns void. That means it does not return anything. So then I will give this message within double quote or single quote. Okay, I say happy. And then I need to close. This is a statement by a semicolon. And then once I save it, and you see that if I refresh this page, and you see it is showing me this page says, I'm sorry, I wanted to show happy, but I didn't. Okay, I say happy. Oh, I'm sorry. Happy Ramadan, okay? Just save it and I refresh it, then it comes, it says happy Ramadan 2020. So is everybody following me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So at this point, it's nothing complicated, but startup is simple. So for instance, as soon as I said, if I say alert, if I want to show some display something, then it says alert. Okay, I will use this built-in function alert, and then whatever within alert I write, that will come up. If I give another alert, okay, another alert. So when I run this, the first alert it came, then then the second alert it come, and then I close this, the third alert it come, and then I closed it, the fourth alert it come, because it is not showing because we give same thing. Happy Ramadan 1. If I give 1, this is 2, 3, or I can say Happy Ramadan 20, 23, 24, 25. If I give different text, then I will realize different. First one is 2022, right? Then I close, okay means closing. Then second one is 2023. It's pop up. It popped up in the same place. This is why we did not see that behind one. So whenever one is executed, that come up next one. 23 and close. Okay means close it. Okay. Then 24 and this is 20. Okay. And then if we go our page source over here, we will see as is. We say allow. So this is a naive way. This is one of the way to write. This is JavaScript code. Okay. For instance, another way is that to write JavaScript code is that I say let name. Name is a variable. I can say writing my son's name Mahdi Munim, and then all expression are ended with semicolon, and then I say console dot log. Then within parentheses, I will say name, and then I will close. This is the format. You will learn this, okay? So for now, let me save it. Okay, and then run it over here. Oh, it is giving me alert. I don't know too much again. Okay, after that, okay, so let me delete other alerts. No, let me close other alerts. Okay, but I said something, right? Console, that means dot log, that means display my name. Okay, but it is not displaying this name over here. So actually, whatever is displayed over here, it is this HTML code. But JavaScript, all JavaScript code are not displayed in HTML by default. There are some techniques to display, but it is showing alert. If you run this, reload this page, it will show alert, but nothing else. So whatever we can do go inspect. So in order to see this effect, we will go inspect, right click and go inspect. So Google Chrome has by default this inspector, and you see that this tab is called element, and this is called console. Console, it shows my name, right? I said name is Mahdi Munir, and whenever I says console.log, it is showing Mahdi Munir. This console is the page where is the position where JavaScript output is shown over here. So then here, if I say name again, press enter, and it is showing me name. Okay, but if I say full name, and then if I press enter, it is showing unquote reference error. Full name is not defined because I have not defined full name over here. It does not understand what is called full name. It understands names. Okay, but so this is JavaScript editor, console editor, where we can see out. So console editor, for instance, it is also like calculator. If I say 2 plus 3 plus 4, just press enter. You see that even I did not press enter, it is showing me 6. This is a calculator also. If you type in large number and then do something minus something, and it will show you the result automatically. On the console, if you don't have a calculator, you can use it as a calculator. Okay, and if you type in console, it's a console dot log, and then within parentheses, it will type hello friend and end with semicolon. Then it will show you hello friend. Okay, so in console, in HTML console and Chrome console, you can type in individual or a small chunk of codes, whatever is needed. But usually we do not write this way all codes over here. So because whenever you close this browser, this code will be gone. But we need to save our code, right? So the way is to that we will write our code here in the either in HTML page or another JavaScript file. So here we are writing, now over here we are writing console.log hello friend. Okay, so as many times as I say write hello friend or something, Okay, so here, once I refresh this, it will come up this first alert. Then I see my output, right? These are these for these output is coming here. This is one way to see output. How do we see this output? We just open our page. This on the left side, it is the HTML element. On the right side, it is showing the console. It is showing me JavaScript output. The left side output part is HTML. On the right side is JavaScript. Okay, but Visual Studio has its own console. Visual Studio has its own console. For instance, here, if you go File menu, no, not File. So you see in the terminal, and it's a new terminal. Or if you press Control Shift plus this arrow is just right after the escape button. Okay, this small symbol. Then it will bring up your terminal here. This is the terminal. This is the terminal. It is coming. I'm on this folder, and if I say over here console dot log hello. So it will not understand this, my code, okay, but this console is used to execute the entire file, JavaScript file. Okay, we will come that later. Okay, just close it for now. Just delete this stuff. We'll not understand. Okay, now for instance, what do we just learn that in our HTML page, we can write or we can link JavaScript code. How? We use a script tag, right? Within the script tag, we can write as many JavaScript code as we need, right?
Do we have to put alert?
No, we don't need to put alert. So if we want to delete this alert code, just delete it. We don't need alert. Just tag the script in a script. Okay, in the script, okay. Okay, sorry. Alert was actually JavaScript. Alert was a JavaScript. Alert is a JavaScript code, okay? So if you want to not to see it, then put double slash. The font said this will be disabled. Yeah, I don't need to use it. So, okay, now at this point, so whatever I discussed that, how to write JavaScript code within a HTML file. Okay, so how do we link that within a script tag? So we use this script tag in order to write HTML code. We can, how do we will say type in SC, then it will say script, and then it will come up with script tag. And within script tag, whatever my code, I can write. Okay, no. So for now I'm here, then I can do, and then I will run my code over here, and then let me run and let me show it again. This because this is very fun. Okay, so then I will run my site, run my HTML page by double clicking, and once it is open, it will come up like this way. Only with HTML, then do a right click and then inspect. As if I do not do inspect, then I cannot see the HTML and then not the JavaScript part. So I do inspect. So in the inspect tab, it has by default it will come up with elements, that is HTML element. It will show you something, but it has more than concept. Second one is concept. Third one is sources. It will show you the HTML page, okay? But for now, and the fourth one is networking. It will show you who is your Wi-Fi name and many other things, okay? These are advanced tabs. Even you can turn off your Wi-Fi from here. You can turn off your Wi-Fi from here. Okay, but for now we are learning console. In the console tag, we will see JavaScript code. Okay, so just for now, okay, so remember that you have to start the file, open the file by double clicking. After you open with double clicking, you need to click, you need to go to inspect to see the HTML. So remember this. You need to, when it's open, put your cursor in an empty place where there is nothing, and then do right click and then go to inspect. Okay, then when you go inspect, then you have options. By default, you will see your code elements, that means HTML. If you hover your mouse over there, you see that you are seeing different, right? Whatever tag you are selecting, it is highlighting on the left side. This is the part when you do your automation, you will select one part. You see that whenever you select one, and then it will be highlighted, and then you will fix whatever the problem. You see that you will go to the exact place where you see that what is the problem. If you select one, you see that it is showing a different place. When you do automation, when you're learning automation, you will use this inspect. And then now we are not going to in element, but we are going to console. In the console, we will see the output of our this is JavaScript. Okay, just let us do the recap. So what we have learned so far, that we can write JavaScript code within HTML page, how? Using script tag. Okay, now I will give a 2 minutes break and I will ask some questions to everybody. Okay, how many of you are here?
I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, who's next?
Rahan.
Ryan bhai. Who is next?
Shahnawaz.
Shahnaz bhai. Who is next? Until let's say that you are not.
Aida.
Thank you, Appa. Who is next? My son Munim. Munim, are you here?
Yes.
Okay. Madi.
Yes.
Okay. Is Tonmoy here? Tonmoy?
I'm here. I'm Ismail.
Oh, Ismail. Is Mamun here?
Yes, I talk first.
Okay. Alam bhai? Okay. Very good. Okay. So that, for instance, here, let us quickly recap. What did we do? We just first created an HTML file. Then we wrote some HTML, some JavaScript language, JavaScript code. This code are JavaScript. Okay, we just learned the history of HTML. HTML is developed, started 29 years ago from now. Okay, and JavaScript is 26 years. So first, HTML is developed. Then people developed a JavaScript to do remote control type things, okay, to better web development. And how do we write? We include or you write JavaScript code within HTML script language, right? Script tag. Okay, so how do we get script tag? You said that we will type in SC. Then by default, it should come up with Microsoft code editor. It should come up with script, right? Okay. There is another tag. Okay, script clone src. Now let us see that what is meant by script clone src. Let me select this one this time. Okay. So this came up with something different. So let me compare both. We got both. SC first script. First one is script, and second one is script src, right? Script with src. The second one is this one, script clone src, colon sign. This src is a property of script tag. or an attribute of script tag, src cannot be used outside. It must be used within script tag in opening. What we will do over here. So what do you mean? For instance, we just showed that we can write our code, HTML code within script tag, right? Only 5 lines of code over here. But how about if I have 100 or 1,000 lines of code? It will be clumsy, right? It will be difficult to maintain that. Then what we will do in that case, instead of writing script is JavaScript code directly over here, we will do separation. The concept of separation comes. For instance, instead of making a very large room in our houses, what do? We make bathroom, bedroom, kitchen room, dining room, drawing room, living room, separate, right? Okay. So that instead of giving all codes over here, what we'll say, just cut all this code. Okay, we don't need this. We will use another JavaScript. Okay, and then we will put all of our codes in that JavaScript file, and we will use this src, to link that code. So we don't have any, for instance, we don't have any, we have a test1.js. Let us create a, click over here, and let us create a JavaScript file. How do we create a JavaScript file? It is very simple, that we'll click over here and we'll give a name. Okay. Okay, someone give me a name. What name you like? We're gonna give you a name of a JavaScript file. So for simplicity, let us, no, for simplicity, what is the name you said, propose?
I proposed java.html.
Java.html. I don't like to say Java.html because Java is something, it may be misled. For instance, for now, let me say script, script, script 1. Okay, script 1.js.
Okay.
This is the extension name of JavaScript language. Okay, so you must save your file as .js, nothing else. For HTML file, we said that you have to save your file name as .html. For JavaScript, we need to save it, or we need to create your file .js. Okay, then as many file as you need, so then it comes when you click it, right? So it came up script1.js. Now we will put our code over here, copy it from there, and I paste it here. Okay, and then now my task will be to link this page, link this JavaScript page. You see that in the folder it came, this one, script1. Okay, this just I just created it right now. Okay, and then here you see that the style is different, right? The HTML and then JS. Okay, now my goal will be to link that page. How do we link it? I'll show you. So that first of all, where this page is located, sorry. This location, they are located in the same directory, right? In same position, same files, right? So then it's very simple, right? We'll write since my index1 HTML file and then script file, they are located in the same folder. So very easy. First, I will write the name of the file. What is the name of the file? script dot
Script.js.
Script1.js.
Script1.js.
Script1. Okay, but if I okay, then save it, and then if I run my program, it will do same thing. Okay, but if I write over here script, so linking script and then save it, and then run this code. For now, I'm just refreshing. It is not coming anything, right? So it says that error file not found, right? What is the reason that it is showing me this error? Anyone can? What is the mistake I did over here? Can anyone please tell me?
You just crossed the one. That's
One.
why the mistake.
You didn't put one, that's why it's showing error.
Yes, yes. I saved my file name as script1.js, right? But I wanted to link it as a
Script.js.
the script file does not exist over here, right?
Yeah.
Two things I can do. How do I fix it? Either I need to rename this file, JavaScript file as a script, or I need to fix it, right? Put over here, right? So for now, easy. Just I need to put actual
One.
file name, right? But because it is actual my file name, okay? And now if I refresh it, then it will get all. Is everybody following?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now it's common mistake. For instance, I showed you the easiest way. How do we bring script? Sorry, you need to put outside. One thing that we need to bring a script in a tag outside of a tag. So this is the start of a tag, and this is the this is starting and this is closing. So I need to put scr script, and then we must select this one, okay? But there is a but you can select this one, okay? And then you can type in over here. You can type in over here. Okay. I want to link this file, test1 with this in my script, okay? I'm trying to type in, but I may do some mistake. Okay, give attention, okay? Okay, so I am typing this scr equal to test1.js. Okay, that means I'm trying to link this one, test1.js, with my HTML index1.html page. So I type in this code over here, okay? And then I will try to run this. But nothing happened, right? What is the reason? Even for instance, I try to link. I try to link. Script. What is our script file over here? Script one, right? .js. Okay. And you can keep it on the same line or different line. It doesn't matter. Okay. But if I try to run this one, so script, right? Script one. Yes. Now if I try to run it, nothing happened, right? What is the reason?
Source is src, not scr. That's the reason.
Yes, there is a minor type over here, right?
Yes, sir. Minor error.
Okay, it should be
RC.
src, right?
Yes, sir.
It should be src, but either intentionally or unintentionally I wrote scr, right? So this is a very common mistake for beginner. Okay, sometimes they type in wherever they go to type in. Okay, they start with script tag and they try to type in scr, but by mistake they type in scr. Okay, and that mistake, it happens that, hey, my code is not running. Okay, and what happens? You see that? So remember that for the first mistake, avoid that. Remember that it should be src. People do this mistake because it says SCR, right? The first few letters here is SCR. People write SCR. They try to link it, then it will not be linking. But over here, for instance, over here, but it is not showing any error over here. But so how do I fix this mistake? The easiest way to avoid this mistake is that use this tag, second one. Yes, second one, script with SRC. Then it will come up with this SSC. Okay, and then just write in your file name. Okay, just write in your file name over. Okay, and then you will see that as long as we have our script file one, you see that this one is test one, right? Test one, it has something. It says let x equal to 2 and then console.log x. Okay, then it will put, so let x equal to 2 and then let y equal to 10 and then push control x plus y, sorry, and then it should display 2 plus 10, 12, right? So then which one? I will not run this one, okay, but I will run this one. So as long it is selected open, as long it is open over here, I just refresh it, and then this 12 is coming from this script, test 2, test 1, right? And this hello Madhimuni and hello friend, these are coming from, these are coming from this one and this one. Okay. Okay, but why I don't see these stuffs? Can anyone please tell me?
There can be mess up in HTML. That's why we just created another file for JavaScript.
Okay, but why I don't see this output? Why I don't see this output? If I run this, there is something wrong, right? Why don't I see any output? This output, hello friend, hello friend. Because there is something definitely wrong over here. So
oh, the source is
right.
wrong here.
And like, can you please tell me the mistake? Yes, the mistake is over here, right? Yes. And then if I fix it and then run and to rerun, just refresh this button. And it came up this, right? This hello friend, hello friend, hello. This 5 hello friends, last 5 hello friend came from this 5. So now, for instance, here a JavaScript, for instance, a remote language. So like this way, as many files as I need, as many HTML JavaScript file as I need, I can create and I can link it. So how do we link? If they are in the same folder, if all our files are in same folder, so here it's very simple, right? All in same folder, then I just put the file name. If we put them in a different folder, then there is a little bit change over here. Okay, for instance, if I create another folder and name this folder as JS files. Okay. For instance, JS files. I type in JS files. Okay. And if I put this one, test one, within JS file, this folder. My test one is within my JS files folder, okay? And then you see that I moved it over here. Sorry, this computer is slow. This one here. Now if I run it, If I run it, it will not be executing this one because it is not finding this one. See that it is getting an error, right? So error file not found. Which file is not found? Test1.js, right? Because I moved this file to a different folder. So what is the fix over here? So I need to give for this, if we put a different folder, I need to type in dot, then slash, what is the folder name? JS file, then slash. Then I'm telling that this is the root directory or same directory. And then after this directory, I have created another directory, name is JS files. This is JS files, and my test1.js is within that file folder. So now I save it, and then I refresh this page. Now it will get. So now this is the way that in your folder, in your project folder, you will see there are multiple folders. There are multiple folders. Sometimes that for your will save your JavaScript files in a different folder. How do we link that? Just like this. Give the folder name. And this is the way you keep your course clean. Okay. So let us do a recap quickly. What did we learn today? We did not learn too much, but this is just a startup. We just learned how to write JavaScript code in a JavaScript file, how to link that JavaScript file in an HTML file, and how to run that file. We run that file first time. There are multiple ways. The easiest way is to double click on the folder, the file. It will open up with Chrome browser or whatever browser you have default. And then do a right click on an empty place and inspect. In the inspect window, go to console menu, console tab, and then you will see your out. This console tab is JavaScript console tab. Here you can do many things. For instance, you can do 3 + 6. You will do even if before you press equals or enter sign, it will give you the result. Okay. Now, Ismail,
Yes, sir.
it is your turn. Okay, I'm giving you okay. Share your screen and maybe you can discuss something. If you have time. So that's all for my side from today's lecture. And then if we have some time, maybe next week we will go something beyond this. Okay, but there are many tutorials. Now you learn what is Java HTML, right? And you have an idea what is JavaScript. JavaScript is a programming language, but at some point Mamun proposed a word to give a file name as Java, right? I did not select that because there is another programming language that is called Java. Okay. Java is another programming language and JavaScript another programming language. There are two different programming languages. They are completely different. Like apple and pineapple, right? They're two fruits. Both are fruits, but both are different fruits, right? Apple is different from pineapple. Okay, so do not mislead that you are learning Java. We are learning JavaScript. One of the advantages of learning JavaScript is that JavaScript, even if you see from your first day, you can see your output visually. Okay, whenever you see your output visually, you become inspired, right? So then you think that
question আছে
yes, right, go ahead.
ওই যে ব্ল্যাক আপনার যেখানে স্ক্রিপ্ট এসআরসি বা কনসোল এগুলি লিখছেন এইটাকে কি ডম বলে ডকুমেন্ট অবজেক্ট এইচটিএমএল ডম আছে না একটা কথা
অন্য ডমটা হচ্ছে যে অন্য জিনিস ভাই আমরা অন্য জিনিস ওটা আজকে আসছে হ্যাঁ
আচ্ছা
সিম্পলের মধ্যে থাকি কি ভাই শাহনাজ ভাই আছেন ওনার ভাই উদাহরণ নাই। সুলতান আপা,
জি
কিছু ইন্টারেস্ট পেলেন আজকে আমরা যে আলোচনা করলাম প্রায় 1 ঘন্টার বেশি?
জি, আমি শুধু দেখছি, আমি ভিডিও দেখে দেখে শিখবো।
কি আসলে ঘটনা হচ্ছে কি, এইটা হচ্ছে যে এই প্রোগ্রামিং ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ, আমি কতগুলো ট্রিক বলতেছি। প্রোগ্রামিং ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ হচ্ছে যে আপনার সাঁতার শেখানো। আপনি যতই থিওরি কোর্স পড়েন, হাউ টু সুইম, যদি আপনি পানিতে না নামেন কখনোই আপনি সাঁতার শিখবেন না।
জি
যে পানিতে আপনাকে নামতেই হবে, গা ভিজাতে হবে, তবে কিন্তু আপনার সাঁতার শেখার প্রশ্ন আছে। আপনি হাজারো ইউটিউব ভিডিও দেখেন, এইভাবে হাঁটাতে, এইভাবে সাঁতরাতে হয়, এইভাবে হাত মুভ করতে হয়। আপনি রিয়েলি যদি না নামেন পানিতে, কখনোই আপনি সাঁতার শিখবেন না। প্রোগ্রামিং ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজে আপনি যদি ভিডিও দেখেন, আপনি দেখবেন ইজ ইজি, নট ডিফিকাল্ট, ইট ইজ ডুয়েবল, রাইট? মাথায় একটা চিন্তা না যে ডুয়েবল, মানুষ পারলে আমি পারবো না কেন? এগুলো তো মানুষই করে নাকি? একটা জিনিস আমি এক্সাম্পল দেখবেন যে অনেক লোক আছে গাড়ি চালাতে ভয় পায়, গাড়ি চালায় না, কিন্তু বেশ আলহামদুলিল্লাহ সুস্বাস্থ্য, মানে হেলদি, ইয়ে হেলদি লোক, কিন্তু গাড়ি চালাতে ভয় পায় না। আমার দেখছেন না অনেক লোক আছে রোগা, অসুস্থ, ইভেন একটা হাত নাই, পা নাই, খুব সুন্দর করে গাড়ি চালাচ্ছে, আছে না?
জি
পার্থক্যটা হচ্ছে মোটিভেশন এন্ড হচ্ছে যে আপনার সাহসের ব্যাপার, মাইন্ডসেটটা, তাই না? তো কোনোভাবে ওই লোকটা, যে লোকটা মনে করেন হেলদি আছে কিন্তু গাড়ি চালাতে ভয় পায়, কোনোভাবে সে একটা ভয় পেয়েছে কোনো না কোনো কারণে, সে মোটিভেশনের অভাব আছে। তাকে যদি মোটিভেট করা হতো যে অন্যরা পারলে তুমি পারবে না কেন, তাহলে সেও কিন্তু গাড়ি চালানো শিখতে পারতো। এখন আমাদের এই উদ্দেশ্য হচ্ছে যে এইচটিএমএল আর জাভাস্ক্রিপ্ট শেখানো তাদের জন্যই যারা হচ্ছে যে অটোমেশন শিখতে চান। ইভেন অটোমেশন শিখতে না চাইলে আপনি যদি যখন ম্যানুয়াল টেস্টিং করবেন, বা ম্যানুয়াল টেস্টিং হলে তো সবগুলো ওয়েবসাইট হচ্ছে যে এইচটিএমএল জাভা এগুলো দিয়ে তৈরি, সবগুলোই হচ্ছে যে ওয়েব বেস। এগুলোর সম্পর্কে কিছু একটা আইডিয়া হলে আপনার কাজ করার সুবিধা হবে। ইভেন আমি ওই সিম্পল এক্সাম্পল দেই বারবার, অনেকে বিরক্ত হয়, বিরক্ত হয় না? আপনি চা টেস্ট করবেন, সারা জীবন ধরেন আপনাকে চা রান্না করতে, চা বানাচ্ছেন সুন্দর করে, তাই না? কিন্তু আপনি যখন বাসায় মেহমান গেল, অন্যকে জিজ্ঞেস করেন, আপা দেখেন তো ঠিক আছে নাকি। ইটস নট দ্যাট যে আপনি পারেন না তা না, তাই না? সারা জীবন রান্না করতেছেন, তারপরে একজনকে বলেন যে দেখেন তো লবণ ঠিক হয়েছে নাকি, ঝাল ঠিক হয়েছে নাকি। মানে জাস্ট আপনার কনফিডেন্ট গ্রো করা, ডাবল চেক করা। কিউএ ইঞ্জিনিয়ারের কাজ হচ্ছে যে ডাবল চেক করা, আপনাকে ফিক্স করতে হবে না। আপনার কোড ফিক্স করবে হচ্ছে যে ডেভেলপার, আপনি জাস্ট থার্ড আই, আপনি ভুল ধরে দিবেন তাকে। এখন এখন যদি মনে করেন আমি জীবনে যদি কোনো চা নাই খাই, চা যেমন কিভাবে বানায়, তাহলে আমি বলতে পারবো না যে চায়ে লবণ কম হয়েছে না চিনি কম হয়েছে, নাকি লবণ লাগবে না মরিচ লাগবে না হলুদ লাগবে নাকি। আমাকে তো জানতে হবে যে চার ইনগ্রেডিয়েন্ট গুলো কি কি, ভালো চায়ের কোয়ালিটি কি। এটা যদি আমি বুঝি তবে না আমি বলতে পারবো, কমেন্ট করতে পারবো চা ভালো হয়নি কেন, এটা কি কি কিভাবে ইমপ্রুভ করতে হবে। এই জন্য আমাদের একটু সুবিধা হবে যদি আপনি এই প্রোগ্রামিং ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ গুলো একটু শেখেন, এই প্র্যাকটিস করবেন অন্য সময় যদি। আর আমি টিপস বলি কতগুলো কিভাবে প্রোগ্রামিং ল্যাঙ্গুয়েজ শিখবেন। এই যে এখন ইউটিউবে যাবেন বা ওয়েবসাইটে যাবেন, প্রচুর ভিডিও আছে। হ্যাঁ, আপনি যদি ইউটিউবে যান গেলে দেখবেন প্রচুর ভিডিও আছে, আপনি ইউটিউবে গেলে দিবেন, ইউটিউবে গেলে যে ফ্রি কোর্স আছে, ফ্রি অনেক মানুষ ভিডিও দিয়ে রাখছে, যে কি বলে এইচটিএমএল কোর্স বা হচ্ছে যে লার্ন জাভাস্ক্রিপ্ট। তার আপনি এখানে সার্চে গিয়া লার্ন জাভাস্ক্রিপ্ট, you see there are tons of videos. There are tons of videos that you can see. Someone says learn JavaScript in 5 minutes. Okay, but this video is good. This person is says, you see that how many views they have? 7 million views. This is JavaScript tutorial for beginners. Learn JavaScript in an hour, 1 hour. That is within 1 hour. Just he showed how to do a startup. So you see that there are full course JavaScript full course. You see that there are many courses you can start. Start with a simple one. Okay, start with a simple one and follow with that one, then you will see that something. And if you see that this is a 3.5 hours, right? Maybe if you start with this one, 3.5 hours, then they cover something. So for 3-hour videos, 3.5 hour videos, you do not complete this in one sitting. It takes 3 days or 3 weeks to complete this. Okay, one trip is to learn how programming. Okay, if you follow me, please. One thing is strictly never and ever copy code from somewhere and paste it in your file. Try to type in your code, okay? Type in your own code and then do some mistake and learn from your mistake. Please do not copy code from somewhere and paste it in your file. You see the code on the right side on a browser. You can print out, take a print out, or okay, take a picture and then look at the picture and type it in your own file. Then the advantage is that you will do some mistake, but from your mistakes you will learn something. Whenever if you have a habit of copying and pasting your code, then you will not be benefited enough. Okay, then you will not learn what are the common mistakes. Okay, you will not do mistake and you will not learn. So for now, I'm saying that you can start for maybe this one. Run JavaScript full course for beginner. Once you complete this course, this video, maybe I will show you there are some other courses from maybe from Udemy. From Udemy, there is a course. Udemy has a JavaScript course. Sometimes they sell it for $10. Okay, you can buy it $10 for this one.
Yeah,
Because
always
that
I
was
seen Udemy very cheapest all course, but difficult we have practice if I buy something, and that's why I never buy.
Yeah, so you can, so but for now I suggest you don't buy any Udemy course right now. For instance, start from a video. For instance, this one. Okay, and later I'm busy, but I can try to make I will try to make a video or something like this. Okay, this is that within 3 years they got about 9 million views. Okay, I will wrap up here, but I will hand over to Ismail if you have some time to discuss. Ismail, you can share your screen and you can discuss something if you want to do.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. So before we come over next week, so please do some practice, okay? So everybody, please search this video and then practice this one.
Okay, thank you, sir. It was a very good
Okay,
tutorial. Yeah.
Ismail, are you there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay, you can share your screen. Maybe you can do some practice or you can discuss something.
Okay, sir.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Okay, I will stop recording here and maybe I can do another recording.